Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies we haven't seen yet. My name is Trent. I'm your host today. I'm sitting here with my wife, Betsy.
We watch movies together.
That's all we do. That's all we seem to do.
We have no common interests.
We at least do it twice a week. We are still continuing on with just doing whatever the hell we feel like. Today we are going to watch the 1987 classic that spawned a whole bunch of movies after that we haven't seen. Predator. Not The Predator.
No.
Not Predators. Not
Alien versus Predator.
The brand new movie Prey that literally just came out like 3 months ago.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it is apparently a prequel to this entire series, but we haven't seen any of them.
No.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was doing his thing in the 80s and rolled over into the 90s, where he's just playing this beefy dude shooting guns.
In the jungle, in space, in some city, wherever he feels like.
In a kindergarten classroom.
Yeah, it's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. I will always remember that line.
But we're not watching Kindergarten Cop.
No, we've already seen that. We're going to watch Predator. What the hell do you know about this movie, Betsy?
This is the one where it's like an alien with dreadlocks?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's the correct
I think that's
franchise.
The Predator, yes.
I know that Arnold Schwarzenegger is the star, and there's that cover poster of him with like the big machine gun and a sleeveless vest and paint all over his face.
Oh yeah, sweat everywhere.
Sweaty and in the jungle.
I think they filmed this in Central America, so it is going to be very hot and very sweaty.
And I know there
and it's warm too.
I know there are other actors I absolutely know in this movie.
Betsy, this is the movie that spawned the meme of
the two hands.
The two hands.
Guy.
It's him and Carl Weathers.
That's who it is. Okay. Yeah, in 35 years of this movie being on the planet.
35 years.
The majority of my life this has existed. I've never watched this.
Majority?
And I don't...
95%.
I don't know very much else about it. Like, truly and honestly.
No, it is these beefy guys in the jungle shooting at the jungle.
It's gonna be an absurd action movie with probably really top-notch special effects.
If there's any special effects at all,
it's a dude in a suit.
Right.
That's the thing about Predator is he's a dude in a suit. It's
he's got
like
a big
puppet
mask on and maybe some gloves with some claws. But otherwise, he's just wearing I don't know, makeup.
It's a suit.
It's a suit.
So we'll see how it looks. I'm gonna guess this is not anything more than just another one of these ridiculous 80s action movies.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, we've been pleasantly surprised by how much fun we've been having watching these.
We have been kind of jonesing here for another 80s/90s action movie because we have so much fun doing them.
And there's so many of them.
Yep.
This is an absolute blind spot for us as far as movies go. Mm-hmm. So I suspect I'm going to like it for that reason.
Both of us, because of the ones that we've done, the only one that I had actually seen was Tango and Cash, and I saw that one in college because my roommate wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
So these are not movies that we've ever seeked out, but this is our attempt to catch up.
Exactly. But all that being said, don't really know what this is about.
No, I don't know what the hell the plot's going to be.
Nope, I don't know why there's an alien.
I doubt there's going to be a lot of dialogue here.
I mean, it's called Predator. I assume it's because the alien is killing people. You know.
Sure.
That's usually what that implies.
Sure. And eventually, in later movies, they team up or go against the Alien franchise?
Yeah, Alien versus Predator.
Right.
Which came out about the same time as Freddy versus Jason. That was like a real thing people were into in the early aughts.
Crossovers,
Weird
baby.
Crossovers. How we get from here to there, I don't have a clue.
I don't know, but it's a way for studios to make money.
Sure.
All right, Betsy, I don't think we have anything else to say. We're going to go watch Predator from 1987, and we will be right back. we are back. That was Predator from 1987. Betsy, what did you think of our second Arnold movie?
So I didn't like this one as much as some of the other ones we've watched, and I was trying to figure out why. Like, I did like it, but it's a lot more fast and loose with the, let's just call it lack of a plot.
What plot?
And all the fun stuff, like at the beginning, it seemed like it was going to be more of that.
There's some campy bits.
Yeah, it's because at the beginning it's campy and it's like guys doing like quippy one-liners.
Yeah.
But then it turns into this survival story about them being hunted in the woods. And it's like, well, that's not as fun.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I didn't like this one as much, because it's like, you're getting me too invested in all of the survival. It's not as fun. I want them to win, and I don't want to be concerned about them at all.
No, and like everybody dies except for one dude, and he's basically dead.
Yes. But there are moments that are really like just absurd and funny. Like Carl Weathers gets his arm shot off and it's like on the ground firing a weapon.
Right.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid. The thing you mentioned in the intro, the meme where they're holding hands. Like,
5 minutes in.
Yeah, less
you
than
son
5
of a
minutes.
bitch, and then clasp hands.
And then it's just, let's flex our muscles as big as we can for the camera.
Yep.
And there's a lot of shots in this movie, like gratuitous Arnold Schwarzenegger shirtless posing. Like, let me
all of them are doing that.
Let me bend this wood to make a bow. But it's just like twisting his torso and flexing his arms, and he's shaking. He's using all those muscles so hard.
He's very strong. He's very strong, Betsy.
Yeah, this is the most bro movie.
Yeah?
Like, they start with a helicopter full of dude bros.
Oh,
cool dudes
God,
getting
they
off the
look
helicopter.
so fucking cool in their sunglasses, and just everything about them just looks so fucking cool for the late 80s.
Tough guys flying in for the mission, including Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yeah, that's one I forgot about.
I did not know he was in this. And he's only got a short list of movies he's been in.
Yep, but they're all like this.
But they're all like this. He's unmistakable.
Apparently, he was suggested by Arnold for this role.
Oh, funny.
And like those two guys apparently know each other from other things. Maybe they did a movie before this, or they just know each other from bodybuilding. But apparently they were like joking around on set with each other the entire time, because I guess there was a story I read about the makeup people were telling Jesse Ventura that, oh man, your muscles really look bigger because you've been working out so much. And why don't you go and compare your muscles with Arnold to see which of your biceps are bigger or whatever the fuck. And then they went over and measured, and Arnold's was so much bigger.
Well, this is still 80s Arnold, where he was massive.
Yeah, and apparently Arnold told the makeup gals to say that to him.
Oh, of course he did. Bunch of pranksters, bodybuilding pranksters.
Yeah.
Amongst the other guys in this crew, there's a couple of dudes who are definitely not like built. They're just there for like the comic relief. And
They're the fodder.
They're the fodder. One of them is Shane Black.
Director Shane Black, who actually directed the 2018 Predator movie.
Which I didn't know, but he also did the Nice Guys, which we covered.
Yep, he did The Nice Guys, he did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, among a few other movies that we haven't seen.
But yeah, this is one of his rare acting roles.
Yeah. And he's the nerd telling stupid fucking jokes.
Oh yeah, they're all like jokes about his girlfriend. Yeah, they're dumb
stupid.
sex jokes.
Yeah. He's kind of a nothing character. He's the first to die.
Yeah, he's just there so someone can die first. Like you said, the fodder. There's all these dudes that I don't really know their names. They're just there to look cool, act cool, fire some guns, and sweat a lot in the jungle. There's so much facial condensation.
And body condensation,
like
and everything.
Like the one tough guy who's like threatening Carl Weathers, who's bros with Jesse Ventura's character.
He sweats a lot.
He's bald. He has nowhere for it to go. What was with the scene of him shaving? He's like in the woods just running a razor at his face.
It's just a choice that he made. I don't know.
But he sweat a lot, that guy in particular.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like I said, Carl Weathers is in this.
Yeah.
I know Carl Weathers from two things. One of them is Happy Gilmore.
Of course.
So this is, a good 6 or 10 or however many
Shubs.
years later. And Arrested Development.
Uh-huh.
That's it. I know he had a bigger career kind of before this movie. Like, he's in one of the Rocky movies, I know.
Yeah, he's in the, I think maybe first or second or both. I think he's in a few of the Rocky movies.
Isn't he Creed?
Yeah, he's Creed.
He's Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
So I know he was pretty relevant when this movie came out, at least for this type of a movie.
Not that we would really know anything about the Rocky movies because we haven't seen them.
Shut up, Trent. We'll get to those. So you just kind of a cast of nobodies. This really is not that many people I recognize. Like, one of the other dudes whose name I didn't catch, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that guy in something, but like 20 years later where he's playing like a middle-aged dad.
The guy who plays Mac, I know I've seen in plenty of things because he has a very recognizable face.
Yep, that guy I've seen in something.
Yeah.
But there's like a commanding officer at the beginning of the movie. I don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Yeah. And like there's Billy we haven't mentioned yet, like this Native American guy who's in their crew. I've never seen him in anything. There was one other fodder guy who was kind of skinny who knew how to speak the language.
I guess.
Yeah, and
in this unnamed country in Central America.
Yeah, and the Central America thing is just a guess because I mean it is this kind of foliage in a lot of the jungle areas of there. It's definitely Central America or like somewhere in Northern South America. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because they get called in for this secret mission. These dudes from what we assume was like Navy SEALs, an unnamed
Navy
military
SEALs,
experience.
Green Berets, like they're special agents, special ops.
Special forces.
Special forces, thank you.
So they are flown in from their unnamed military origins to this unnamed country for a mission to rescue an unnamed diplomat.
A cabinet minister from no particular country.
From what cabinet? The minister of what?
Whose cabinet? We don't have ministers in our government. Why would you bring in U.S. military people?
And they go out here for this big rescue mission, and then just things start getting weird. Like there's CIA involved.
Yeah,
there's
so Dylan,
Green Berets.
Yeah, so Dylan, the Carl Weathers character, he's a CIA agent, and apparently he used to be in Arnold's crew. And they know each other, and that's where you have the meme thing, or you son of a bitch, and then they do the thing.
Dylan, you son of a bitch!
Yeah, so they have their little moment, and he finds out the information about why they're there. And they kind of talk about, why weren't you in Syria when whatever happened?
For that thing that went down.
Whatever happened. And he says, we don't do things like that. We're a rescue team. We're not assassins.
Yeah.
So that's setting up what they normally do. Of course, as we get further on in the movie, it is revealed that, actually, this is all fake. This is just a ruse because Carl Weathers wanted to bring that team in to clear this area out because they were planning something. Something was going to happen. There were fucking like Russians and Chinese people and all. They mentioned other countries, but not where they actually are.
You and I talking about this is more thorough than the actual plot of this movie. It's just, why are we really here? You played me.
Yeah. I looked down for like a second, 2 seconds, and Arnold had it figured out, and he's pushing Carl Weathers to the wall, asking, you set us up. There's no minister here. What the fuck are you talking about?
Meanwhile, he's like picking up papers. He's like, we got him. There's more here than I ever imagined. But we don't get anything about that. We don't know why, what this is, who they are, what the point of any of this was.
Yeah.
And then there's a woman there, and they say, we have to bring her along because reasons.
Why?
Because reasons.
Yeah.
We need her.
I have no idea why they brought her along, except the fact that she was there.
So this whole first third is really convoluted as just an excuse to get them in the deepest, darkest part of the jungle.
And blow shit up.
And it's fun. It's fine.
Yeah, for an action sequence, this is pretty good. It's early on in the movie. They waste no fucking time in this movie.
No, there's like a lot of guys on fire. There's explosions.
Yeah.
Jesse Ventura has an obscenely large machine gun and he is laying waste to the entire place.
Yeah.
But we don't know why, other than we're on a rescue mission, quote unquote.
Yeah, there are hostages, and amongst them is this fabled cabinet minister that they're trying to rescue. That's the main target here.
Yep.
But they find no one.
He's not real.
Yeah, they're actually witnessing other hostages being executed.
Because it's the Green Berets that were there.
Right. So they're actually members of other teams that were sent in and did not get the job done. So what does Carl Weathers do? He calls his buddy and his team because he can take care of things.
Because you're the only one who could do it.
Yeah, you have to give him a ruse story in order to get him there to do the thing that they're supposed to do, which is rescue people. Well, you're not really rescuing people when you're blowing everybody up.
Yeah, there's a lot of just shooting things to shoot things.
Yeah.
Like when they first encounter the Predator, because he doesn't have a name, he's just the Predator. Yeah, that's because that's what we call him. The first time they encounter him, they just start opening fire in the jungle, and it's 4 guys with every round they have.
Yeah, they just completely empty everything they have because that's, I mean, probably a way that they've learned in jungle warfare. If you have one enemy and you are, if everybody in your group is accounted for, just lay into it. Just go.
We know they're over in that direction.
Exactly. But what you notice is they only shoot straight ahead. They don't ever shoot up.
No.
Yeah. And we find that out later. But we're skipping over some stuff here. I want to go back.
I know, we're going to. I'm just saying there's so much random, like, we don't know why we're doing anything in this movie.
No, this movie is just stream of consciousness.
Yes.
Like, okay, this is what we do next and next and next and next.
And
There's
then,
no explanations of what's happening. And there are full sequences of minutes long sequences where there's no dialogue.
There's no character development.
No.
There's no nothing.
No. All you need to know is that this team is there to do a thing, but then they're getting ambushed. They're trying to survive as they're trying to exfiltrate.
They're the best in the biz.
Yeah. So when they get sent out on their mission, we get this sequence of them in the helicopters, which is a really cool looking scene of them in the helicopters with the red lights.
Yeah.
All of it is completely colored red. It just looks really cool.
Listening to what, Little Richard?
They're listening to Little Richard on their boombox.
Yes,
because
sir.
Of course
it's 1987, and that's what we gotta do.
That's what you gotta do. But then we have the immortal line, the best line in the fucking movie. We got Jesse Ventura putting his giant, good God, man, this giant dip in his mouth.
Chewing tobacco.
You don't, I'm sorry, I don't chew tobacco. I've never done it. I will never do it.
It's disgusting.
But you don't chew it.
Well, he's not actually chewing it. He is spitting it all over the place, though.
He's chewing it.
Oh, I guess I wasn't paying that much attention.
Oh, no. He is absolutely chewing that shit.
Well, maybe you have to chew it to begin.
I don't fucking know. It's disgusting. Anyway, so he's this... Oh, man. I don't even know how to describe him. But he's like
dick with a hat on?
He's offering it to his teammates. And what did he say? He says, here you go. Chew this and it'll turn you into a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
And he says Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then somebody makes a crack like about a sore ass. So there's a lot of that, just ribbing on each other and bros being bros and talking about pussy.
Sure. The things guys do. But yeah, so that's one of the quippy lines. We've got during the big first sequence, we got Arnold throwing his knife and
his obscenely big knife.
His giant fucking knife. And it sticks through a guy into a piece of wood on the other end. And he sticks there and he says, stick around.
Stick around.
Uh-huh. He goes into like a hut and he says, knock, knock.
Yep, like kicks the door down or
Yep.
something.
And then later, like after that sequence, Jesse Ventura is going around with his minigun, not shooting anything, and one of the other guys says, "Hey man, you're injured, you're bleeding." And he says, "I ain't got time to bleed."
It's a lot of macho dude stuff. Like there's a shot of Arnold Schwarzenegger lifting a truck. He's lifting the back of a pickup and pushing it down a hill.
Yep.
But it's just the, like every muscle quivering as he shows off his massive strength.
Oh, yeah. Man. But we've also got, so I guess they get there and they're checking things out, and then they see these flayed bodies hanging like upside down with no skin,
disemboweled.
No guts. Yeah, completely disemboweled. And we find out that those are Green Berets because they got the dog tags on them, apparently. And yeah, we find out later that these are the other crews that were sent in to try to take care of this entire place. But they are dispatched by the Predator.
They don't know that at that time.
Of course, they don't know that, of course.
But there's also, after this, some just really choice dialogue and acting between Billy, the guide, who just has a sense for these things. Like, he can read the trails because he's vaguely Native American who's gifted in the way of, tracking.
Yeah, somehow he's really good at tracking.
He is an absolute cliche.
Of course. And, he's got this nose that knows things.
And then the other guy is just like, "I don't want to die, man. This is terrible. Why would they do that?" Like, it's so hammed up.
Oh, yeah.
And Billy's just like, "We all gotta die sometime." Like, just weirdly okay with the whole thing.
Well, one of them, Billy says, "Well, we're all gonna die." Because he's like terrified because there's stuff out there that he doesn't understand.
He can sense it, but he can't see it.
Right.
Yeah. This movie is badly written.
It's not written. It's just shot.
It's like, here's your motivation. Go say words.
Yeah.
Make it up if you feel like.
Yeah. Somewhere in there was a reference to Afghanistan.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. So I think what it can be implied here is that these guys have been all over the world doing some ill shit.
Soldiers of fortune, but not so much the murdering type, the rescuing type.
Well, I think they're doing a little bit of everything.
Maybe once upon a time, certainly.
Yeah, so like Afghanistan, what they're talking about there is the war between Russia and Afghanistan that really put a damper on Russia as from a military standpoint, and they were probably sent in to do a lot of sabotage, not necessarily fight Russians, but to help out the military of Afghanistan and fuck over Russia secretly.
Oh yeah, have you ever seen Charlie Wilson's War?
No.
That's all that movie is. It's all about how America secretly helped the Taliban. Yes, we did do that in the early days of the 1980s.
The CIA funded and trained and supplied the Taliban to help kill Russians.
Well, I guess the Afghanis, I don't know if they were actually the Taliban that far back, but it was kind of the seeds of it.
Well, it was the Taliban and what became Al-Qaeda.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's both.
Yeah, we did that, guys.
Uh-huh.
Yay, America. That's how much we wanted to fuck over the Russians, where our priorities lied in 1979.
Yeah. I mean, technically we're doing it right now with Ukraine. It's just very different circumstances because Ukraine is a, liberal democracy.
Fair enough. But anyway, we're talking about Predator.
We're not talking about geopolitical strife.
Geopolitical instability.
Yes. Anyway, so these guys are cool. They're going around.
They're not cool. They're just bros.
I don't care.
They're like these tough guys.
Betsy, Jesse Ventura is wearing a classic MTV t-shirt underneath all of his shit.
He is.
That was the best.
A brand spanking new MTV t-shirt because it would have been in those days.
Yeah. But yes, back to the big action scene. So that's done. We get the little sequence with the scorpion.
Oh, yeah. There's no real reason for it other than to look menacing, I guess.
Well, it's because there's an uneasy thing with Mac and the rest of everybody else. Or Mac and the Carl Weathers character, Dylan. And he says, "Come here," turn around. And he takes his knife out and what looks like he's going to stab him in the shoulder, in the back, but he's so skilled, Betsy.
He does have skills.
He just gets the tip. Just the
tip.
Just the tip.
And he kills the scorpion.
Yeah, and throughout this entire sequence, we're getting some, like, cuts and flashes away to what I call predator vision, because that's exactly what's happening. We're getting the perspective from the predator creature, and it's all in, like, this heat vision kind of motif.
It's all blue, and then the people are represented as heat signatures.
Yeah, but of course we don't know what that is yet.
Well, we can assume.
We know what it is, but like speaking of the sequence with the scorpion and then the heat vision and whatever else, there's a scene there where the predator comes down after they all leave and the dead scorpion is still there with like some heat radiating off of it. The predator goes over there and picks it up, and the heat kind of goes away. What do you make of that?
I don't know. I really can't figure out anything in this movie. Because there's just weird...
You don't think there's any nuance there? It's trying to explain anything?
It just was trying to look cool.
All right.
Because it's just like the shape of the scorpion. Or it's just to demonstrate it's dead. I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, you can interpret it a bunch of different ways, I'm sure.
I think it's more to show you part of the predator, because at this point you haven't seen any of him.
Yeah.
And you get a hand.
You can see the claws.
Yeah. So it's probably that more than anything.
All right, but later on we get to the sequence where Jesse Ventura gets lasered to death.
Once the killing starts, it goes pretty quickly.
Yes, it does.
Because, like, the first guy gets just sort of dragged into the woods, into the jungle. Jesse Ventura, you're right, gets, like, blown the hell up to his chest explodes out.
Yeah. Well, they describe it saying, there's no, like, shrapnel marks where, like, an actual piece of metal was shoved into him.
It's all cauterized.
It's all cauterized, which is to say, hey, this was lasered. But these guys are going to say the word laser.
No, not in the 1980s.
No.
That technology doesn't exist, Trent. These are soldiers. They would know.
Exactly.
And, like, the woman is with them, and she doesn't get attacked, and we don't know why.
Well, and they say later it's because she's not armed.
And again, he's just sort of making assumptions. Like, all of the plot points moving along, it's just, like, observations and making it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, he didn't attack you because you didn't have a weapon. And then later he's covered in mud and he couldn't see me.
Yeah.
Or like just...
Well, and like the girl sees that the predator was bleeding on a big leaf and she like takes some of the blood, the yellow blood that looks like Mountain Dew.
It's like glowing green.
Yeah, apparently that is KY jelly and glow stick material.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
what that stuff is.
But yeah, she touches it and just like wipes it on her pants.
Yeah, like what's that about?
I don't know. They don't explain that at all, and she doesn't point it out. She's just too busy trying to escape at this point. Later, she just kind of knows these things, like, oh, in my village, the creatures came in the hottest year. This would happen every time it was the hottest years.
Yeah. People
would die. And we called it the demon that, like, has trophies, keeps humans for trophies. It's just this monologue about how she knows exactly what this is.
You're just creating this backstory of this creature or these creatures. There's only one that we see, but I don't know.
And again,
nobody ever tells you like why the creature's here, what it's there for, how is it going to get off the planet. I have no idea.
The only thing you get is Arnold says something about it's sport. Like, he didn't attack you because you didn't have a weapon because it's not as sporting.
Yeah.
It's just these weird, like, one-off pieces of dialogue that don't make any sense, how you would know this. And the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, it's two completely different movies. Like I said, they just needed an excuse to get these guys in the jungle.
Sure.
And then it just turns into, there's an alien and we're not going to worry about it. And part of me actually likes that because in a real world situation, you would be just going into survival mode. You wouldn't be questioning why it's here or why it's doing what it's doing. What are the motivations of this creature that's attacking us?
No.
You wouldn't give a shit. It's just that as a moviegoer, we like explanations. We want you to tell me why this guy is here and why he is doing what he's doing.
I mean, the only thing that we get about him is that clearly he's an alien. Because the very first shot is of space. Then there's a spaceship, and there's a little probe that gets dropped off on Earth and goes away.
Yeah, I would have been more satisfied if the reason they were going into the jungle was to investigate this thing.
This phenomenon
that
is killing people for no reason.
It would have made more sense. It would have been a reason that I, the viewer, would buy. It's CIA, it's government, it's incognito. We can't tell you the truth. Like, all of that would make more sense than what they told me.
But the big question is the Predator in with the group that they went to take out? Because, like I said, there were Russians, there were Chinese, there was all sorts of different groups.
No, it has nothing to do with
coming
it.
together. Are they in cahoots together?
None
or is
of
it
this.
just a terrible coincidence?
It's a terrible coincidence. It is plot for plot's sake. We needed reasons. He's there because reasons. They're all there because reasons.
There are no reasons to any of this.
Oh, so yeah, they all start dying and bodies are disappearing and we don't know where, and they're going up in the trees and we don't know why.
Yeah, and like they're starting to set traps, and they're the creature's too smart for traps.
These elaborate. First, they start with their actual military equipment.
Yeah.
Then they start doing makeshift traps out of like twine and twigs and rocks and leaves.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it didn't work with the other ones. Why don't we do this?
I don't know why you need to resort to your Boy Scouts tricks or whatever he said. He said something about Boy Scout stuff.
Yeah, because he's trying to make
set a trap.
No, it's because he's trying to make him feel inferior, like a boy is making this shit.
Whatever.
I'm such a dude, bro. I'm going to call you a boy.
It's moreover that you have all these guns and weapons. Why would you need to do something like that?
Yeah.
But you don't consider this is an intelligent thing that you're going up against.
They're underestimating their enemy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's just kind of a lot of death and dying, and then they sort of just kill off like 4 people in about 30 seconds.
A couple of them separate off, and this is where Dylan gets his arm shot off, and Mac gets his head blown off, basically.
He sees little triangles on his arms and goes, that's weird.
Yeah, like the 3-dot sight, the 3 laser thing, that I've seen in other media. I don't know exactly from where, but I've seen that before.
All right.
Yeah, I could not place it.
I don't know. I've never seen it before, but yeah, he just goes, oh, well, that's weird. So he leans out a little more and then gets his head blown up.
Yeah. And this, like you said before, about Dylan getting his arm lasered off, and he has another arm and another gun, so he's going to try to get him that way. Yeah. But Betsy, I want to talk about something here, as long as we're in this sequence. This is 1987. And I don't know what kind of camera tricks or whatever technology that they used to make this effect of this like invisible camouflage that the Predator has. That looked cool.
It's that thing where it looks terrible in retrospect now, but when you put it in context...
You gotta put yourself in 1987. Yeah. That would look so fucking cool to have like the light bend around you and just kind of blend in with your surroundings, which is why it was described that the jungle came alive and attacked you.
And it's the combination of computer effects and practical effects, which people were really getting good at experimenting with in the 1980s, because the jungle has to move, and you just do that with like fucking wires.
Sure.
But you're right, it looked cool. It looked cheesy, like watching it now, but...
Sure. But again, you have to put yourself into that context. Of,
it's
like,
a terrifying invisible monster with glowing eyes attacking you in the woods.
Yeah, and like the initial parts where it's like like off, like a little bit off screen, and it's moving around. And there's one sequence after Mac gets his head blown off. He's like over the top of him, and you can see kind of the outline of the figure. And yeah, I don't know how the hell they did that, but it was really cool.
Computer animation, baby.
I don't even know if that's computers in 1987.
It had to be.
It's gotta be some kind of camera tricks. I don't know.
It's computers.
I
don't know, but then the guy, one of the other dudes got hit with a log and knocked to the ground, so he's injured.
The Predator triggered the traps, got out of the trap, and like this log thing basically crushed his chest.
Yeah.
He's in bad shape.
So he's being carried away, and then he gets shot in the head, and the girl runs off. The other two separate. Billy just goes straight up crazy and just takes his shirt off and his gun, and he stands there waiting for the Predator, and we don't see him die. We just hear a scream.
Yeah. And then later, Billy gets brought up to the trees, and his spine and skull gets ripped out of his body.
Yeah, it does.
God.
Just reach in there and rip it out.
Fatality.
And Arnold gets shot, but he gets away, and he's the last man standing. And he keeps yelling at the girl to get to the choppah. Get to the chopper! That's this fucking movie. I didn't know what movie that was from.
Yeah.
It is from Predator.
And that is Arnold's favorite line.
His one-liners.
From any movie that he's done.
Yep.
It's his favorite one.
There you go. And yet the final sequence is just like he's being chased. He gets away. He accidentally discovers that if he covers himself with mud, he can't be seen.
He can't see, quote unquote, you.
Which again, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because if he has heat vision, the mud's only going to do so much. You're still going to have a heat signature.
Of course.
I don't like that. I think that's a cheap cop-out.
And who knows if it's actually heat or not. I have no idea. It doesn't matter. It's not that kind of a movie.
Well, it bothered me. Okay.
All right, fine.
Like, it looked cool, like him just kind of crawling around covered in mud. There's the
he
sequence
looks terrifying.
In the final sequence where he's like crawling through the little tunnel.
Yeah.
All you see first are his eyes.
The whites of his eyes.
That was crazy. The way they've got him lit, he is in shadow, but his eyes are lit up.
Yeah.
And so you just see two white orbs floating through the darkness, basically.
Very cool.
It's unnerving.
Yeah. But yeah, he gets prepared for the final fight. He starts making these rudimentary weapons. He makes a bow and arrow. That's when the sequence of him bending a bunch of stuff.
He needs to bend and flex and show you all of his muscles.
All of them.
Look at me in all my might.
Yeah. And he makes all these other traps. And I don't know where he gets these. I guess it was in his pants. But he had a couple more grenades.
Of course he did.
That were in the grenade launchers. And he takes some of the stuff from there, and he makes a bow and arrow grenade, and he shoots one of them at the Predator, and it fucks up all of his weapons, and they start shooting off everywhere. And at one moment, Arnold is Tarzan, and he's swinging around the jungle.
Why not?
And yeah, I mean, this sequence was a little bit anticlimactic.
There were moments that were cool. There were moments that were really stupid.
Yeah. I didn't
and
really...
not good stupid. I wanted it to be just campy stupid.
Yeah.
And it didn't go that far.
Yeah.
So it was...
He didn't have any, like, one-liners. He didn't have... like.
Okay, no. He did have one, because he's about to get away.
Okay.
But his mud washes off because he goes in the water.
Yeah.
And the Predator catches up to him. And he doesn't kill him on the spot, because that would be too simple. We need to have a big fight. You know, like, I'm a big dude, you're a big dude, let's do this.
Yeah.
And the Predator takes his mask off.
Yeah.
And it's the alien face beneath.
Yeah, with a bunch of fucking mandibles.
Yeah. And Arnold says something to the effect of, "You are one ugly motherfucker."
Yep. All right, yes. He had one final one-liner.
And then it just turns into, like, them beating each other up. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it turns into Arnold getting his ass kicked.
It doesn't make any sense because this alien is killing without mercy, and then all of a sudden it's just like, let's just toy with him for a while.
Yeah, let's punch him for a bit and make him bleed and let him crawl away and get you into his traps. When he has these, like, dual blade arms, like from fucking Halo. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's where the Halo got that thing. He's got like the energy sword, but it's just a knife.
It's kind of like somewhere between that and Wolverine's claws. They just sort of retract. And
Sure. And he's got this, they didn't really show much of the suit that the Predator's
you get little
wearing.
bits and pieces.
Yeah, but he's got this like computer thing. Like let's just end this. After he gets trapped under the log, he's still alive and bleeding everywhere. He opens up his little wrist computer. He punches in a code
with his alien language.
Yeah, and I was like yelling at the screen, "You should probably leave, Arnold. You should probably get out of there." And yeah, he punches in a thing with this auto-destruct sequence, and then a fucking nuke goes off.
But he's laughing. The alien,
oh my God.
The alien starts laughing.
Yeah.
And it's okay. First of all, it's a human laugh.
Yes.
Which is weird. The alien is laughing at all. Why would an alien laugh? Why does an alien have human emotions? I don't understand that. And it's the level to which it was like,
Yeah. It was like a maniacal laugh. It was terrible.
It was really cheesy and stupid. It was real stupid.
Yeah, that sucked. I hated that. Oh, but yeah, the nuke goes off. Arnold runs away. He gets rescued. And then end of movie.
End of movie.
But before you get the credits, you got to have the hero shots.
So yeah, the credits begin with the people who are on his team, and they're doing that thing that's like the 1980s sitcom, like, you just caught me in the middle of doing something, and they're just looking at the camera and laughing.
Yeah, look over my shoulder, and I'm smiling at the camera.
Except for Arnold. Arnold is the only one. It's like they took a shot of him and just froze it.
Yeah.
But everyone else is literally like, look at the camera. Ha ha! Look at camera. Ha ha! You caught me doing something silly. It was real weird.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense for the rest of the movie.
It's almost as if they really did not think this movie would be very successful.
I don't know.
Or have any sequels or even be regarded as anything worth a damn.
Right.
But Betsy, there's like 5 or 6 other movies in this series.
Spin-offs, remakes.
Plus the spin-offs and the collaborations with the Alien franchise. Mm-hmm. Because apparently the most interesting thing about this movie is the Predator, and that's it. Not the people, just the Predator.
About the Alien one or this one?
Both. What I mean is they took the Predator from this movie and made a spin-off with the Alien, which I've never seen the Aliens versus Predator movies.
No.
But I imagine it's just the action sequences, because I don't believe that they're going to speak.
90 minutes of action.
I don't expect there to be, like, people in those movies.
I think there have to be people in those movies, because otherwise, how do you get these two together? Why are they together?
I have no idea.
You need some kind of dialogue. In this modern age, people wouldn't just go to a movie where it's like, hello, no plot, no explanation.
Action.
These two are just in a room together.
Have you seen the Fast and Furious movies, Betsy?
There's dialogue in the Fast and Furious movies, Trent. There's at least that. The alien and the Predator do not speak, so they laugh maniacally, though, apparently.
Yeah.
So things we haven't talked about yet. Number 1, we touched on it at the beginning. This is just a man in a costume, is the Predator.
Yeah.
But that is a massive human being, because next to Arnold looks small.
Yeah. This guy is 7'3", and he's a big dude on his own, but apparently this suit that he is wearing weighs 200 pounds. And he had to move in this thing. Of course, assisted with, like, pulleys and
he's not
bungee cords and shit like that.
On screen that much.
Apparently, he has 8 minutes of screen time.
There's a couple of movies I've heard stories like that where the costume is so heavy, it makes it almost unbearable. Things like Natalie Portman in Star Wars, whenever she's wearing a massive headdress.
Sure, she can't move her head at all.
No, she had to sit very still. Or the guy who played the lion in The Wizard of Oz.
Sure.
That's a real, like, wool fucking fur
I've
suit.
read stuff about that, saying that actor was fucking miserable.
Yeah, he was a grumpy asshole because he was just hot and in pain.
Speaking of, John Rhys Davies in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, all of the stuff that he had to wear, he came down with depression. He was so miserable during those movies. And I really felt for him after I heard him talking about it. Man.
It takes a lot of work to get you into that state because you have to get there early.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. You're on set for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
You're always uncomfortable. And then you get to look around and it's just like, oh God, all the fucking hobbits, you had to put on fucking feet. Boo-hoo.
Right. Yeah. The elves have to put on your ears and yeah.
Yeah, you look at Orlando Bloom over there just, looking elegant as fuck.
Right. Oh, man.
But yeah, that's something that is not appreciated enough, I think, about just to make it look good. Unfortunately, sometimes that means there's just a lot of the costume.
Yeah.
And it's hard. So it's very lucky for that man that he's only on screen for 8 minutes. Sure. And the rest of the time, he is a computer-generated image. Because if you had to do this whole movie 20 years prior, you would be on screen the whole time.
Yeah, but by now, they've gotten the makeup a lot better. They've gotten better materials to make things out of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is much easier to make these movies these days.
Definitely. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the score. So when this movie started, you and I both had the same reaction where the music didn't feel like it matched. It felt like the descriptor I gave, like a comedy action kind of a movie. Yeah. It felt like Home Alone.
Go back and watch the sequences where they're getting off of the helicopters at the beginning of the movie. That's what it sounded like. And it just did not fit with what was being shown on screen.
It's like, what is the tone you were trying to set here?
But I will say, the second half of the movie, much better. It really got the mood of just dread around everybody and like searching and surviving. It really evoked what they were trying to do here. The beginning half,
Is this one of those situations where two different people made the two different parts of the movie? Different director, different composer, different screenwriter.
I don't know. But I'll tell you this, well, speaking of the sound, there were a lot of animal sounds throughout the entire movie. We saw like 2 animals the entire time. No birds, just some like little rodents.
There were some birds picking at the bodies.
Oh, like the vultures, sure.
Yeah,
but
they are birds.
They are birds, but still, there's so many animal sounds in that jungle, you didn't see shit.
There was like a fake wild boar that we didn't see until it was already dead.
Right.
And yeah, a couple of little critters. And a snake.
Was there a snake?
There was a snake.
When was the snake?
Somewhere when they were searching through the jungle, Arnold was like face to face with a big like boa constrictor type looking thing.
Okay, I missed that.
A python. I don't know what they have.
I completely missed
I don't know what they have in the jungles of nondescript origin.
All right, Betsy. Any other final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, this is one, I get why people have liked it. I don't know if this is one that I had as much fun as some of the other ones because of the reasons I mentioned, where it's like, I don't want him to be having to survive and be worried about him. I just want it to be campy and stupid.
Yeah, I wanted to have the camp go through the entire movie rather than just the first like quarter or third.
And I would rather have it had been like that second half tone the whole movie. I think if it had been consistent, I would have liked this one a lot better.
Yeah,
because
either
then
be full camp or full survival.
You're setting the tone as this is a survival movie, and then, okay, I'm invested and I'm in and I know what to expect. But when you start it kind of like over the top and campy and bros being bros, and then it turns into something else, again, I'm a little bit torn because
you can't go from Little Richard.
It's a little more realistic in that regard. Like, if guys were in this actual situation, that is more akin to what it would be.
Yeah.
However, I think I'm giving them the screenwriter more credit than he probably deserves. And I say he because I don't think
it's a guy.
I don't think too many women write movies like this. Though I would be fascinated to see one.
Yeah. There's like 5 more that we need to watch eventually.
We're going to have to check it out.
Oh, God.
Or not. It's fine. We don't need to watch all of the Predators. But I think once they get farther down the road, I think if we watch anything, it'll be Alien versus Predator, just because that'll be stupid.
It depends on what part of the timeline it comes in, because I'm sure there's going to be other things that are revealed about the Predators.
And of course,
I would like to know more about that.
The Predator dies in this movie.
Yes.
And then in Alien, the alien, I'm pretty sure, dies. Spoiler alert, guys.
There's more than one alien.
But there's more than one, yeah. So that's how they make it. It's a species.
Exactly.
Also, that's another movie, Species.
What I haven't seen.
But yeah, I think I've said about what I needed to say about this one.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. I think I enjoyed it a little bit more just because of the absurdity of the action sequences, and those outweigh the lower parts for me, I think.
Fair enough.
So, anyway, that's going to be the end of our discussion about Predator. But before we are out of here, we're going to read an email and maybe something else here. First one comes in from Stephanie about The Cabin in the Woods back when we were doing our Never Scream It series. She says, I love this movie. We knew you would.
we knew before you posted about this email that this was something you'd probably mention, because I know you well enough now.
Yes. It is so fun and a wonderful send-up of horror movies. There are so many little references that I'm still spotting after probably a dozen or more viewings.
I would be fascinated to watch that movie with someone like Stephanie, who
can explain all the
horror references. Yeah.
Here are some of my favorite moments. Number 1, the Harbinger (parentheses Mordecai) on the phone. The betting scene. The creepy basement where they're exploring all the little items. Marty finds the hidden camera in his room. The Chris Hemsworth death scene. Marty saves Dana with his giant coffee mug bong. Then the whole rest of the movie and the merman. Yeah, the merman was a nice touch.
It's a satisfying moment.
All those things we mentioned in the episode, yes. This movie is just so fun and clever. I cannot stress how much I love it. I love that they end the world. However, I would also love a prequel. Loving your Never Scream It series from Superfan Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yes, I'm glad that you agree with the sentiment that it's a good thing that they ended the world, because fuck it. Let's just go for it.
We're already here, why not?
But yeah, a prequel where you're going to have like other groups of people going into these sequences and having it go well.
Yeah, you can't do a sequel. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But a prequel.
Or a TV show. Every episode is a different group of people in a different scenario.
And it ends badly every time.
I would love that. But Betsy, you got one more thing about Cabin in the Woods from somebody else.
Yeah, we got a comment from Blake about this one. And kind of just the show in general. So he says, this is why I love the opening of your show, where you guys pontificate on what a movie could be about. When you guys started discussing what this movie is possibly about, the smile on my face got bigger and bigger and bigger with each guess. Glad you guys enjoyed the movie. As a horror fan, I thought it was a big love letter to the genre and all the goofy things that can happen in the genre. Yeah, thank you for that, Blake and
thanks.
Stephanie. I really liked that one, but we like to have fun with the intros because genuinely, we're not making this up, guys. If we are saying we have no idea, it's because we genuinely live under a rock somehow and have missed every spoiler detail, little thing, or we've just actively avoided it sometimes. There's certain movies where we have tried to just not learn anything. At a certain point, it's more fun for us if we don't watch a trailer and we don't seek things out about the movie.
Yeah, because we're just revealing what we have learned through osmosis. And sometimes we do seek out trailers because every so often Betsy and I will just sit down, go on the Apple trailer site, and just go nuts for like an hour.
Or go on YouTube and check out like old ones.
Yeah. So like we'll go out and search for some stuff sometimes, but especially for movies that we know we're going to cover, we actively try to avoid stuff, especially when we know we're going to get spoiled.
Definitely. And there's a few movies that are coming out that are new in the very near future.
Yeah.
Where at this point it's like, okay, we're kind of closing in now on we're getting bombarded with ads and things. Just don't look.
I remember
don't watch.
The one movie that I can remember in recent history is the latest Spider-Man movie. We actively tried to avoid watching trailers for that movie because we knew there were going to be more things introduced in these trailers that would just spoil a bunch of stuff about it.
Well, and you hadn't seen the other ones at that point.
True.
So we had to do the whole series just so you could make sense of the movie we were going to go watch.
You're right. But yes, just to reiterate, the intros are one of my favorite parts of this show because that's us just throwing it all out there. And like, if one of us have seen it, a lot of times we haven't seen it in like 15, 20 years. Sometimes. And even that's hard to kind of like nod your head and say, okay, I think I remember what this movie is about, but I don't know.
And then we watch it. It's like, I did not remember anything about that movie.
Yeah.
What the fuck did we just watch?
Or you thought you had seen it, but you don't remember anything.
It is rare that I can watch a movie and genuinely forget so much that I question whether I watched it or not.
The one I remember you saying that about was Too Fast, Too Furious. Because I think you said you had seen it.
I swear to God, I had seen that movie.
Yeah.
I could have, like, if you put me on a lie detector, I would have said, yes, I've seen this movie.
Right.
But I haven't seen it since high school. And then I watched it and I was like, I do not remember this movie. So then I was thinking about it and I'm like, maybe I didn't see this movie.
I mean, it's not forgetful, so I'm sure you would have remembered it.
Well,
so,
and the timing of it was such where it's very likely because we've talked many times about 2002.
Yeah.
In 2003, college and the high school.
We were a little distracted.
We were distracted, and I didn't put as much effort into things like movie watching at that time.
Yeah.
I got to college, and everybody was talking about this fucking Pirates of the Caribbean thing, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Only one of the best movies to come out in the past 20 years.
Sure, but I didn't see it for a good 6 months after everyone else I knew had already watched it.
Yeah.
3 times in the theater.
I was given the DVD after it had come out.
Nice.
Yeah. I was given the DVD and I didn't see it until then. So that would have been probably like 9 to 12 months after the fact.
There's a good question that we should posit to people. And listeners, I would like you to chime in on this. Can you name any other movies like that where you have just been given or purchased the movie unseen?
Yeah. It's like, hey, I know you're going to like this because I like it and I know your movie taste.
Yeah. I think I did that with A Knight's Tale.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I bought that DVD because somebody I knew told me it was a really good movie and I trusted them enough to just go buy it and they were correct.
All right. Good choice. All right. Well, that's going to be the end of this episode. Reach out to us. Tell us what you thought about Predator. Respond to what Betsy's question was about being gifted a movie or a TV show or something, or just a blind recommendation that you just dove into.
You committed to.
Right. Email us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, if Twitter's still there by the time you listen to this. Oh my God, what the fuck is happening over there? Neverseenit_pod on Twitter. Facebook and Instagram are both the same name. It is Never Seen It Pod 1. on there. We post every single day either a fun fact or a memory or some other fun thing that Betsy loves to post. And if you would like to support the show financially, throw us a buck on Anchor. Click the link in the podcast description on how to do that. It's an easy process. That will be the end of this episode. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank Betsy for being my co-host yet again.
I'm here every episode.
I don't have any other choices in this house. You have to be here.
It's me or a cat, and they're much less cooperative.
No, they don't like movies. We will be back with another episode of Never Seen It. My name is Trent.
My name's Betsy.
And we'll catch you next time.
Get to the chopper!